10 Forgotten Things from 1970s America. Do you ever hear a song, smell something, or see an old ad, and suddenly you're right back in the 1970s? It was a decade of bell, bottoms, shag carpet, and endless summer days. Some things we loved back then have quietly disappeared, leaving only memories in photo albums and old TV commercials. Today, we're looking at 10 forgotten things from 1970s America, little treasures of the past that shaped our childhoods and everyday life. Number 1, rotary phones. Before smartphones and speed dial, there was the rotary phone. The satisfying click, click as the dial spun back was part of everyday life. You had to actually memorize phone numbers, and waiting for that dial to return on a long number could feel like forever. By the 1980s, push-button phones started taking over, and the rotary slowly vanished. Still, hearing that mechanical dial today can instantly transport you back to a simpler time. Number 2, drive-in movie theaters on warm summer nights. Families piled into station wagons and headed to the local drive-in. You'd hang the speaker on your window, grab popcorn, and watch a double feature under the stars. It wasn't just about the movies. It was an experience, a gathering spot for teens, families, and even first dates. But as land became more valuable and indoor theaters expanded, drive-ins began to close. A few still exist, but the magic of those fields full of cars belongs to the past. Number 3, Tang and Lunchboxes. Thanks to the space race, kids in the 70s believed astronauts drank Tang every day. This powdered orange drink made its way into lunchboxes and kitchen cupboards across America. It was quick, colorful, and made kids feel like they were part of the future. Over time, healthier drinks and juices pushed Tang out of the spotlight. Today, it's a rare grocery find, but back then, it was the taste of outer space. Number 4, Shag Carpeting. Walk into any home in the 70s and chances are you'd sink your feet into thick, colorful shag carpet. It came in bold oranges, avocado greens, and mustard yellows, an explosion of groovy style. Shag was soft, cozy, and perfect for lounging on while watching TV. But it was also a nightmare to clean, and by the 1980s, tastes had shifted to something sleeker. Still, for those who grew up on it, shag will always mean home. Number 5, the pet rock. Only in the 1970s could a simple rock become a nationwide craze. Packaged in a box with breathing holes, the pet rock came with a funny manual and needed no food, no water, and no walks. It was a tongue-in-cheek fad that made millions, but like most novelties, it faded as quickly as it arrived. Today, it's remembered as one of the quirkiest fads of the decade. Number 6, station wagons with wood paneling. Nothing says family road trip quite like a big station wagon with fake wood paneling on the sides. These cars were rolling living rooms, filled with kids, suitcases, and maybe a cooler of sandwiches. They weren't flashy, but they were practical, reliable, and part of countless summer vacations. The minivan eventually replaced them, and later the SUV. But the memory of sticking to those vinyl seats on a hot July day still lingers. Number 7, TV Guide magazine. Before streaming and endless menus, we had TV Guide. Every week, families bought a fresh copy to see what shows were on and when. It wasn't just listings. It had articles, interviews, and those glossy covers with TV stars. Flipping through TV Guide was part of the routine, a little thrill of planning your week's entertainment. As cable expanded and technology advanced, the need for it faded, but for decades, it was the Bible of television. Number 8, Waterbeds. The 1970s brought a wave of experimentation, even in bedrooms. Enter the waterbed. Strange, futuristic, and oh so trendy. They promised better sleep and a bit of fun, though anyone who had one remembers how tricky they were to move. For a while, they felt like the ultimate modern luxury. By the late 80s, practicality won out and waterbeds slowly disappeared. Still, They remain one of the most unique home trends of the decade. Number 9, 8-track tapes. If you loved music in the 70s, chances are you had a stack of 8-track tapes in your car or living room. They were clunky, but they brought albums into our everyday drives. The sound of that chunk as the player switched tracks is burned into memory. Cassette tapes eventually replaced them, offering more portability and better sound. But 8-tracks will always belong to the golden age of cruising with the radio turned up. Number 10, gas station giveaways, believe it or not. Gas stations used to give out glasses, toys, and even dinnerware just for filling up your tank. Families collected full sets of drinking glasses, one stop at a time. Kids loved the little trinkets, while parents enjoyed the savings. It was part of the charm of the road trip era. As gas prices rose and business changed, the giveaways stopped, leaving behind only the memories of free treasures with a tank of gas. And there you have it, 10 forgotten things from 1970s America. Each one holds a little piece of who we were, back when life felt a bit slower and simpler. Which of these do you remember most? Be sure to share your memories in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again as we flip through more pages of the past.